Hello, minasan. It's Misako. I hope you're having a wonderful day or afternoon wherever you are. Today, I wanted to do a video just to talk a little bit about some of my favorite Henshin, as well as some of my favorite geisha. So, of course, I have my favorites. So, I wanted to take some time just to talk a little bit about some of my favorite women, as well as some of my inspirations for what kind of helped me get into Henshin. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. So, first, I'm going to start off with my favorite Henshin. So there is not a lot of us. Henshin is kind of a niche thing, so there's not really a whole lot of people that are currently doing this. And when I first started learning about Henshin, I didn't even know that this was a thing before I started actually learning what it was. So I was very surprised. But in the process of learning, when I was wanting to do Henshin myself, that's when I started to learn about, oh, there's a few other people out there that also do this stuff. So I was super excited. So let's start with my first inspiration. And if I can edit this properly, I'm going to try and include photos somewhere here at the bottom of each one so you can see who I'm talking about and put a face to a name. So if I can remember how to edit it correctly, I'm not always the best at editing videos, so bear with me. But first one I want to talk about is somebody that's actually one of my friends on my social media, is Hachiko, the tautness geisha. So should be down here if I did it right. I think I said that right. I think it's tautness. I don't think it's tautness. It's in the UK. So I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, but the tautness geisha, Hachiko. So Hachiko is from tautness in the UK. It's a small town. I don't know much about the town itself, but from the pictures I've seen, it's very pretty, very picturesque. I love places like the UK, and I've never had a chance to visit, but I really hope to have a chance to visit one day. So definitely tautness is on my list. But Hachiko actually lives there, and she's been doing this for a very long time. I don't remember exactly how long. It's been over a decade. She's been doing this for a very long time. From what I remember reading, Hachiko kind of got started with this sort of as just like a project of wanting to do something that she was passionate about, and it just kind of grew from there, and she really became what I aspire to be as a Henshin. So she was sort of like the first Henshin story I read about, where this was somebody that was doing this all on their own just for the sake of this was their passion, this was their calling. So I was really inspired by Hachiko's story. It's hard to decide where to even begin with this because she's been doing this for, again, such a very long time. But I admire her a lot. She knows how to play some shamisen. She does tea ceremony. She also does dances. Hachiko really got into it in that she took it very seriously and started at the very beginning, sort of going through the transition of just like a traditional geisha would, starting off as a maiko, like in Kyoto, and transitioning into a geiko later. So she took it very seriously in that she wanted to kind of do the whole process. Granted, Hachiko did this on her own, so she wasn't part of like an okia or anything like that, but she wanted to do this for the sake of learning to do it and do it the right way. So I've watched a lot of her stuff as she's gone through her journey. She started off as a maiko, learning how to do the training. She dressed in the traditional kind of maiko style kimono with the hair ornaments and everything, and then as time went on, she eventually had her erikai and transformed into a geiko and does more of the geiko look as well. So I was really, really inspired by watching her do that because it was just the first person I'd seen do something like this, and I was like, well, why can't I do that as well? So that was something that really inspired me, and the fact that she took it so seriously, and to this day is still very serious about it. She still practices shamisen and dance. She has a like sort of Japanese culture club that she holds from time to time, where people can come and watch dances, learn about geisha and Japanese culture, as well as different kind of cultural activities that they do, like origami or tea ceremony or eating snacks or playing Japanese games, Japanese language learning as well. So I think that's really, really cool that she does that. I hate that I live all the way in Houston and can't attend, because if I lived in Taunton, I absolutely would be attending her events. I think they're an absolute blast from what I've seen, and I hate that I'm so far away, so I'd love to go. There's also a Japanese garden, I believe it's also in Tautness, or it's nearby, that she occasionally will perform tea ceremonies at as well. And those are a huge event. And I just think that's so cool. So again, I wish that was an event that I could attend with her just because it looks so calming and relaxing and peaceful. But Hachiko is absolutely one of my inspirations for Henshin. And like I said, I've been following her since the beginning of my own journey, and just think that's so cool that she was able to just decide to wake up one day and do this, and just kept going with it, and to this day still does it. So she's absolutely one of my inspirations. Another inspiration that I have, another Henshin that I follow and is also one of my friends, and I will put her photo down here if I did it correctly as well, is Yuki of the Colorado Geisha. So I love Yuki. Yuki is very down to earth, very fun, very like playful. I just love her personality. And I love that Yuki just goes for it. Like, she does not let anything stop her. And I know that Yuki, much like Hachiko and me as well, we've all faced adversities throughout our lives that sometimes can hinder us. But Yuki's faced her own challenges, and she's not let any of that stop her. And she's been doing this also for a long time. Again, I'm not 100% sure how long she's been doing it. I don't know if she's been doing it as long as Hachiko has. But she has been doing it for a long time, much longer than I have. And she does both Geiko and Maiko Henshin, so she does both. I kind of just focus on Geiko, but she does both. She is really impressive in that when she does her Maiko Henshin, she uses her real hair. And I really applaud her for that, because even with my own hair, my hair will not do anything. I'm lucky if I can even put it in a bun. So I really, really admire that she takes the time to do that. I know that's not easy. And I really admire, like I said, her style and just everything that she does. And she's just a wonderful person. So another young woman that definitely inspired me in my own Henshin journey. And I love that both of these women have gotten to become my friends on social media throughout this journey as well. Again, there's not a lot of Henshin that are out there. These are only a couple of the ones that I've seen. I have seen a few women that kind of sort of dabble in it a little bit, and they do it for a little while and maybe don't keep up with it, or they maybe only do it as like a one-time thing. But Hachiko and Yuki have been doing this for a long time and continue to do it. So I hope to keep doing Henshin as long as they have, so I can continue to improve and get even better. So again, I just want to take a second to have a shout out to Hachiko and Yuki for being some of my favorite Henshin that I know and adore. And also a big inspiration for how I started Henshin myself, especially seeing Westerners that were doing it, and I was like, okay, so I want to do this too. So and then let's jump into actually the next part, which is my favorite geisha. So there are so many geisha, and it's hard to limit it to just the favorites that I have, but I'll just touch on a couple of the ones that come to mind when I think of like my inspirations and my favorite geisha I enjoy watching. So if we're talking about Kyoto, my favorite geisha is actually, and I'll put her photo down here, Miyahina. So I love Miyahina. She is a geisha or geiko from Kyoto. I believe Miyagawa-cho is the district she's from. She has been doing this again for a very long time, but I absolutely love watching Miyahina, and she has a very bubbly personality. I love the way she talks. Her laugh is super adorable, and she's very, very graceful. She's very, very poised. I love so much about that with her, and as well as her dancing. I've watched several videos of her dancing, including when I wanted to learn how to do Gyankoda, when I was learning that dance. I actually watched a video of Miyahina when she was a Maiko way back then, to learn how to do the dance myself. So I actually used one of her performances to actually learn from, because I really love her movements and just how graceful she is. She is an absolute joy to watch dancing. I often see her, she wears all kinds of kimono, but I feel like I oftentimes see her in like a lavender or purple color a lot. That color looks so pretty on her, and now I forever associate that lavender with her because I always see her in that color. So Miyahina would be my favorite geisha from Kyoto. I love everything about her. Again, super cute personality, very, very dedicated to what she does. And like I said, she's been doing this a long time as well. And you know, being a geisha is not easy. It takes a lot to do the training. You give up a lot to be a geisha. It's a full-time thing, and it's very demanding. So it's not something that everybody can do, but I really applaud Mia Hina for continuing to do that today. And again, I would have to say she's probably my favorite geisha from Kyoto of all time. And then moving on to my favorite geisha outside of Kyoto, there are many. It's hard to kind of limit it to just, I want to say it's going to be a group, not a person per se, but this group, because there's so many like Tokyo and like other cities in Japan. So, and there's so many that I love and I love to watch. But if I had to pick a favorite, it's actually a group. I'm going to say it's the Sakata Geisha from Yamagata in Japan. I absolutely love them. I'll have a picture of them down here. Should be everybody in the photo. Hopefully if I find one with a picture of all of them. These women, again, are a big inspiration for what I do as well, just because I love their style. I love their personality. They are so playful, and I adore that about them. They look like they're super fun to hang out with. Again, I hate that I'm all the way over here and I don't get to see them, but I do want to see them one day. But I've seen all kinds of events that they've gone to. I've been following them on social media. I don't remember everybody's name exactly, but the ones that come to mind is Kosuzu, as well as Suzuhana, Suzuchiyo, I believe. That's the really young one. And then Chizuru, which is my favorite. I really like her style as well. Her wig kind of reminds me of mine a little bit in that it has a little bit of the higher mage like mine does. But again, I absolutely love watching them. They're very playful and very fun, and it looks like they have a blast entertaining guests, and I hope to hopefully have a chance one day to actually meet them. I would absolutely love that. I did see, I think it was a couple years ago or the year before last. It was a couple years ago here in the U.S. They had actually attended a convention. I believe it was just Kosuzu and Suzuhana, I believe, just the two. They had actually attended a convention here. I'm trying to remember which one. It's in California. It's the big one in California. So if you know anything about anime conventions, you probably know which one that is. I forget. Again, I will put that down below if I remember what it was. But anyway, the really big one in California. They had actually attended that one as a special guest. And I just thought that was so cool. And I'm like, again, I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time. All the way in Houston, not in California. So I just thought that was so cool. So maybe one day we'll get lucky and they'll come to Houston. Probably not, because Houston's not really that cool. But I really hope they do one day, just because I think that would be so cool to have the chance to really meet them in person. If not, hopefully one day in Sakata in Japan. So again, I just wanted to have a shout out to them as well. I absolutely love watching their story and everything that they do, their traveling, their performances, just everything about them. So if you don't know about them, I would absolutely go check them out. They are on YouTube as well as Instagram. I will link those in the description below. As well as for, I don't think Mia Hina has social media that I remember, but I will link also Hachiko and Yuki as well if you want to learn a little bit more about them. So I will put that in the description below. Please be sure to check that out before you leave. But yeah. That was just a little bit about some of my favorite Henshin, as well as some of my favorite geisha that I just wanted to take a chance to mention, since I have not actually had a chance to talk about them yet. So just wanted to be able to do that. But yes, so with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. So take care, minasan. Arigatou gozaimashita.